All right, welcome back, everyone. Today we are taking a deep dive into freelance web developer job sites,
Yeah.
which I think a lot of people are interested in these days.
Yeah, especially if you're thinking about making that transition into freelancing.
Absolutely. So we've been digging through a YouTube video by SuperHumans Life, and they cover,
It's a great video.
yeah, it's a great video. I mean, they cover so much. I mean,
Mhm.
just a ton of information.
It's great.
So, just to give you an idea, we are going to help equip you to figure out which platform is the perfect match for you.
Right.
Whether you are a seasoned coder, you've been doing this for years,
Right.
or you're just starting to think about, hey, freelancing, that sounds kind of interesting. Maybe I'll dabble in that.
hmm
We're going to help equip you to figure out where to go, where to start.
Right. And there's just so many different platforms out there, so it can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. So, we're going to try to break it down for you.
Yeah, break it down, make it simple.
Make it a little simpler. And just so you know, there's a site that guarantees a minimum of $70 an hour for WordPress experts.
Yeah, that's crazy. $70 an hour minimum.
That's awesome. We'll get to that gem later.
We'll get to it, yeah.
But first, we want to start with some of the bigger, more general freelance platforms.
Right, the ones that everyone knows.
The ones that cast a wide net, and then we'll get a little more...
More niche, more
Like
focused.
a little more niche, a little more focus. So let's unpack Upwork first.
Yeah, good place to start.
The 800-pound gorilla in the room, right?
It's like the go-to, yeah.
Practically synonymous with freelancing, over 17,000 web developer jobs listed.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot of jobs. 17,000. I mean, that's just mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
I bet you some of you are thinking,
What's the catch?
yeah, okay, but 17,000 web developer jobs, doesn't that mean the competition is insane?
Well, it can be, yeah.
It can be. And we'll talk about some of the strategies.
How about the standout?
Yeah, how to stand out.
From the crowd.
From the crowd, from that noise. How to get noticed.
Exactly.
Now, what about Truelancer?
So Truelancer is interesting. They kind of allow you to get into specific niches within their IT and programming category.
Okay.
So if you're like, I don't want to do every type of web development,
Yeah.
you can really kind of target your job search.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it can be helpful.
That's nice. So if you're really focused already,
Exactly.
you know what you want to do, you can go right to that section.
Right to it.
But they don't provide like how many jobs are in those categories, right?
That's true. So that's something to keep in mind. But from what we've seen, there seems to be a lot of focus on WordPress, Wix, and PHP.
Okay, so if those are your bread and butter, so to speak,
Yeah, if that's your jam,
if that's your jam, Truelancer might be worth checking out.
worth a look for sure.
All right. Let's shift gears to guru.com.
Yeah, Guru.
I know a lot of freelancers, especially internationally, are always looking for options.
Other than PayPal. Yeah,
Yeah.
because PayPal can be a pain sometimes,
It can be a pain, right?
especially with fees and stuff.
Yeah, guru.com has options beyond PayPal.
They do. They're open to freelancers worldwide,
Huh?
and they really emphasize clear work agreements, which is
Oh, tell me more about that.
super important.
Because I think, we've all been there where there's miscommunication,
Oh, yeah, for sure. Scope creep and
scope creep, and then you end up
doing way more work than you signed up for.
pouring way more work
For the same amount of money.
for the same amount of money.
So Guru.com's system really encourages you to outline everything.
That's good.
Payment terms, project scope,
Love it.
even intellectual property rights.
Smart.
Really helps to prevent those issues down the road.
Good. So those are some of the bigger, more general platforms.
Yeah, just to get started.
But now let's get to the really exciting stuff.
This is where it gets good.
This is where it gets good. The platforms that cater specifically to
The web developers.
web developers. All right, so we are kicking things off with Codable.
Codable, yeah. This one's interesting.
Okay, so this one's been described as the creme de la creme of WordPress development.
It really is. Very exclusive, very high standards for both the developers and the clients.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So what are these high standards? What makes a WordPress developer Codable worthy?
Well, it's more than just knowing how to use WordPress, right? You got to have
Yeah.
experience, a proven track record, a deep understanding of best practices,
Okay, so not for beginners.
right? You really got to know your stuff.
This is where the experts shine.
The experts, yeah.
And with that level of exclusivity, what kind of rates are we talking?
Well, you mentioned that $70 minimum earlier,
Yeah,
and
that's not a joke.
that wasn't a joke.
They have rates from $70 to $120 an hour.
Per hour.
Per hour. And that's just the starting point.
Wow. So if you're a WordPress expert who values their time and expertise, Codable sounds like it could be a game changer.
Yeah, if you can get in.
But I have a feeling getting accepted isn't a walk in the park.
Now, there's a pretty rigorous vetting process. Yeah, and we'll dive into the specifics of that a little bit later, but for now, let's move on to another platform that's generating a lot of buzz,
Okay.
and that is X-Team. And from what we've gathered, it's more than just finding work.
It's a community.
Yeah, it's about being a part of a thriving community.
A community, exactly.
Tell me more about that.
So X-Team is all about connecting high-performing developers from all around the world and fostering a sense of belonging.
I love that.
They offer support, mentorship, and even a $2,500 annual budget for professional development.
Whoa, hold on. Did you just say $2,500 a year just for learning and growing?
That's right, $2,500 a year.
That's amazing.
And it's very flexible. You can use it for conferences, online courses, books, even childcare.
Wow. So anything that helps you grow as a developer.
Anything. They want you to invest in yourself.
That's incredible. I'm really impressed. It sounds like they really invest in their people.
They do. They really do.
Okay. So we have Codable, the exclusive club for WordPress masters.
Right.
And X-Team, the supportive community focused on growth. Right.
Where does that leave Arc.dev?
So Arc.dev is kind of in a category of its own.
Okay.
It's not a traditional job board. It's not really a community platform either.
Interesting.
Think of it more as like a specialized search engine for remote engineering jobs.
I like it. I like it. How does it work?
Well, they aggregate job postings from over 1,500 companies
Oh, wow.
and filter out all the noise so you can just focus on the opportunities that are actually a good fit.
So no more scrolling endlessly through Indeed or whatever.
Exactly. You can just go straight to the good stuff.
What kind of technologies does Arc.dev typically feature?
Pretty wide range, from front-end frameworks to back-end technologies, including, of course, WordPress and PHP.
Nice.
And you can filter by your specific tech stack, your salary expectations.
Very cool. Very helpful.
It's all about efficiency.
I like it.
Yeah.
So we've talked about platforms where you find clients directly, but our last one is a little different.
A little different, yeah.
This is Envato Market, specifically ThemeForest.
ThemeForce, yeah. And this is all about creating and selling digital assets like website templates.
That's right. You're essentially creating products for a marketplace.
Okay, so you're not finding clients, you're finding people to buy your product.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And if you create high-quality templates, you can generate passive income.
I like it.
Yeah, it can be really lucrative.
So it's an attractive option if you like the creative side.
The creative and the entrepreneurial
Even the
side.
business side.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Side note, I've used Envato Market myself.
Really?
Yeah. I needed a PowerPoint template for a presentation a while back, and they had so many great options.
You do. They have a ton of stuff.
Yeah, it was a lifesaver. But back to the developer side of things.
Okay.
What are some of the key things to keep in mind for success on Envato Market?
Quality is key. Your templates need to be well-designed, functional, user-friendly.
So it's not just about the code.
No, it's about the entire package.
It's about the user experience.
The whole user experience, exactly.
Yeah, got it. So we've covered a lot of ground here, exploring a diverse range of platforms,
Right.
each with its own unique strengths and target audience.
Right.
So the key takeaway here is there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Right. The best platform for you depends entirely on your skills, your experience, and your goals.
Absolutely. Stay with us because in the next segment, we'll delve even deeper into these platforms.
Yeah, we'll compare the features, the fees, the downsides.
Everything you need to make an informed decision about where to focus your freelance efforts.
That's right. We'll give you all the info you need.
So buckle up. We'll be right back.
Back in a few. Welcome back. Let's unpack some of these platforms even further, exploring their nuances and what makes them stand out.
Yeah, let's get down to brass tacks. We started with Upwork, which, as we discussed, is a massive platform with tons of opportunity and tons of competition. We talked about the importance of specializing, but what other strategies can help freelancers rise above the noise on Upwork?
One crucial aspect that's often overlooked is crafting a compelling proposal. Remember, you're essentially pitching your services to potential clients, so your proposal needs to be concise, persuasive, and highlight your unique value proposition.
So it's not enough to just have a great profile. You also need to tailor your approach for each specific project.
Exactly. Take the time to understand the client's needs, demonstrate your expertise in their particular area, and explain why you're the best fit for the job.
Makes sense. Now let's talk about TrueLancer. You mentioned that it allows you to target specific niches, which is great. But what else should potential freelancers know about this platform?
Well, one thing to keep in mind is that TrueLancer is known for its competitive pricing. Clients often receive multiple bids, so you'll need to strike a balance between offering a competitive rate and ensuring you're compensated fairly for your time and expertise.
So it's a platform where you might need to be a bit more strategic with your pricing, especially in the beginning. Good to know. Now, onto Guru.com, which we highlighted for its clear work agreements and diverse payment options. But what about the platform itself? How does it compare to others in terms of user experience?
Guru.com has a very structured project management system, which can be beneficial for both freelancers and clients. You can create milestones, track progress, and communicate effectively throughout the project lifecycle.
So it's not just about setting clear expectations up front, it's also about having the tools to manage the project effectively. I like that. Now, let's dive back into the dedicated platforms, starting with Codable, our haven for elite WordPress developers. We talked about the high standards and impressive rates, but what's the vetting process actually like? What does a WordPress developer need to do to prove their codable material?
Well, it's a multi-step process that starts with a detailed application. You'll need to showcase your experience, highlight your technical skills, and provide examples of your best work.
So your portfolio is crucial here.
Absolutely. They want to see real-world examples of your abilities. And then there's usually a technical assessment, which could involve coding challenges or problem-solving tasks designed to evaluate your proficiency with WordPress and related technologies.
Sounds intense, but it makes sense given their emphasis on quality. And what about the client side of things? Are they equally vetted?
Yes, Codable takes client vetting seriously as well. They want to ensure that clients are reputable, have realistic expectations, and are willing to pay top dollar for top talent.
It sounds like they're creating a curated ecosystem where both developers and clients can thrive. I like that approach. Now let's switch gears to X Team. We talked about the incredible sense of community and that impressive $2,500 annual growth budget. But what kind of projects and technologies does X Team typically focus on?
Well, X-Team partners with a variety of companies, from startups to Fortune 500s, and the projects can range from web applications to mobile apps and even blockchain solutions.
So it's a pretty diverse range of projects.
Exactly. And in terms of technologies, they cover a broad spectrum as well, including JavaScript frameworks like React and Vue.js, backend technologies like Node.js and Python, and even mobile development platforms like React Native.
Sounds like a tech enthusiast's stream. Now, before we move on, I'm curious about the application process for X-Team. Is it as rigorous as Codable's?
It's definitely selective, but the focus is a little different. While technical skills are essential, X-Team also places a strong emphasis on cultural fit. They're looking for developers who are passionate about their craft, eager to collaborate, and committed to continuous learning.
So it's not just about what you know, it's about how you work and how you fit within their culture. Interesting. Now let's shift to Arc.dev, our specialized search engine for remote engineering roles. We know it aggregates jobs from over 1,500 companies, but how does it actually help you find the right opportunities?
One of the key features of Arc.dev is its advanced filtering system. You can narrow down your search by technology, experience level, location preferences, salary range, and even company size.
So you're really in control of your job search. No more wading through irrelevant postings.
Exactly. You can save your search criteria and even set up email alerts for new jobs that match your profile. It's all about efficiency and finding the roles that align with your specific goals.
That's incredibly helpful. Now let's circle back to Envato Market, which, as we discussed, is all about creating and selling digital assets, primarily website templates. We talked about the importance of quality, but what else does it take to succeed in this marketplace?
Marketing plays a crucial role. You need to create compelling product descriptions, eye-catching visuals, and even consider offering promotional discounts or bundles to attract buyers.
So you're essentially running a mini business within the Envato ecosystem.
That's a good way to think about it. You're responsible for creating, marketing, and supporting your products. It's a great option for developers who enjoy the entrepreneurial side of things.
Now, I know we've only scratched the surface here, but we've covered a lot of ground exploring a diverse range of platforms, each with its own unique approach to connecting freelancers with opportunities.
And the key takeaway is this: there's no one-size-fits-all solution. The best platform for you depends on your skills, your experience, and your overall goals as a freelance web developer.
Absolutely. Stay with us because in our final segment, we'll wrap things up with some key insights and leave you with some thought-provoking questions to consider as you embark on your freelance journey. Okay, so we've talked about a lot in this deep dive, from Upwork and Truelancer to Codable and X-Team and everything in between.
Right, whole range of options.
Yeah, we've explored, really, I think, the whole spectrum
I think so.
of options for freelance web developers out there.
Mm-hmm.
So Where does this leave us? What are the key takeaways you want our listeners to walk away with?
Well, the most important one, I think, is that there's no single best platform.
Right.
For everyone, it's all about finding that platform that aligns with your skills and experience and your goals.
I love that. It's not about following the crowd. It's about choosing your own adventure.
Exactly.
So if you're a WordPress guru, you love WordPress, you're passionate about it, you're good at it,
Right.
you love high-end clients, you love those complex projects, Codable might be your perfect match.
It could be, yeah.
And if you thrive in a community,
Right.
you really like to be surrounded by other developers.
Important mentorship, collaboration.
Yeah. And that growth mindset,
Yeah.
then X-Team could be right up your alley.
Exactly.
And then for those of you who, you want things to be efficient, you don't want to waste time.
Just to the chase.
Yeah, you want a curated selection of those remote roles just delivered right to your inbox.
Mm,
Arc.dev could be a game changer.
for sure.
And, of course, we can't forget about Envato Market, the entrepreneurial path. If you have a knack for design,
Mm-hmm.
you like creating those reusable assets.
Passive income.
Yeah, passive income. There you go.
That's the dream.
So many possibilities. It's like choosing your own superpower in the world of freelance web development.
Yeah, it really is.
So here's a question.
Okay.
Why limit yourself to one?
That's a great question.
Why not diversify?
Yeah, explore multiple platforms, see what works best for you, what resonates, experiment with different approaches.
I love that. So it's not a one and done decision.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing process, right?
Exactly.
Of discovery and refinement.
And remember, you don't have to go it alone. We've included links to all the platforms we discussed in the show notes.
Yes, we have.
So go check those out. Start exploring today.
Fantastic. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into freelance web developer job sites. Hopefully you found it insightful.
Mm-hmm.
Keep those coding fingers nimble, those creative juices flowing,
Right.
and never stop exploring
Absolutely.
the endless possibilities of the freelance life.
The world is your oyster.
Beautifully said. Until next time, happy coding and happy freelancing.
Happy freelancing.